The Crythian war fleet hung in the void like a constellation of death, 300 vessels strong, their weapons primed and their intentions clear. Commander Hazel Martinez stood on the bridge of the Orbital Defense Station Sentinel, watching the scanners with ice in her veins. Beside her, Communications Officer Leo Chen worked frantically at his console, his fingers dancing across holographic displays. "They're not responding to any hails," Leo said, his voice tight. "Same as the last 7 systems they hit." Hazel knew the pattern. The Crythians didn't negotiate. They didn't accept surrender. For 2 years, they had carved a path through the outer colonies, leaving nothing but debris and silence. 12 civilizations had fallen. Earth was simply next on the list. How long until they're in firing range? Hazel asked. 17 minutes. Leo replied. He glanced at her, and she saw the fear he was trying to hide. "Our defense grid won't last 5 minutes against that fleet." Hazel nodded slowly. The United Earth Defense Force had prepared for this day, but preparation meant nothing against an enemy that had conquered species far more advanced than humanity. The Crythians possessed technology that bent physics, weapons that unmade matter itself, and yet, humanity had one advantage the Crythians hadn't anticipated. "Leo, open a wide-band transmission," Hazel ordered. "I want every ship in that fleet to hear this, and make sure it's being recorded on every platform in the solar system." Leo's hands hesitated over the controls. "Commander, if you're about to threaten them—" "I'm not threatening anyone," Hazel said softly. "I'm giving them information." The channel opened with a soft chime. Hazel took a breath and began to speak, her voice calm and steady, as if she were discussing the weather rather than the extinction of her species. "Crythian Fleet. This is Commander Hazel Martinez of the United Earth Defense Force. We know you don't accept surrenders. We know you don't negotiate. We know what you've done to the others." She paused, letting that sink in. "But I thought you should know what you're about to face." Leo's console lit up with incoming signals. The Crythians were listening. Humanity has been at war with itself for most of its existence. Hazel continued. "We fought over land, resources, ideas, gods, and skin color. We've created weapons capable of rendering our own world uninhabitable. We've faced plagues, famines, and disasters that should have destroyed us. And yet, here we stand. On the view screen, the Crythian fleet maintained its inexorable approach. 14 minutes to firing range. You studied our defenses," Hazel said. "You know our technology is inferior to yours. Our ships are slower. Our weapons are weaker. Our shields are primitive. On paper, this should be your easiest conquest yet." Her voice hardened. "But you've made a critical error in your calculations." Leo's scanner beeped. He looked up, eyes wide. "Commander, they've slowed down. They're holding position." Hazel allowed herself a small smile. "You've studied our military capabilities," she continued, "but you haven't studied us. You don't understand what it means to be human. Let me enlighten you." She gestured to Leo, who brought up a data stream on the main display, a cascade of historical records, battle reports, and archived footage. "When humanity faces extinction, we don't surrender. We don't accept our fate. We become something you can't comprehend." Hazel's voice grew stronger. "At Thermopylae, 300 warriors held back an army of thousands. On the beaches of Normandy, we stormed fortified positions against impossible odds. In the jungles of Vietnam, farmers with primitive weapons outlasted the most powerful military on Earth. We've survived ice ages, asteroid impacts, and our own self-destructive tendencies." The data stream showed images now. Humans in battle. Humans in survival situations. Humans refusing to give up even when logic said they should. "Every species you've destroyed was more advanced than us," Hazel said. "They had better technology, better weapons, better ships. And they all fell because when you came, they made rational decisions based on military mathematics. They calculated their odds and surrendered when defeat was inevitable." Her eyes blazed with intensity. "Humans don't do that." Leo spoke up suddenly, reading from his console. "The Kyathi, they had a saying about us. Beware the species that makes pets of predators. We've domesticated wolves." Hazel continued. "We've befriended creatures designed by evolution to kill us. We've split atoms and walked on other worlds. We've stared into black holes and mapped the human genome. And when we go to war, we don't fight until victory is probable, we fight until we're extinct or our enemy is. The Crithian fleet hung motionless now, weapons still armed but approach halted. If you attack Earth, you will win the battle, Hazel said quietly. Your ships will destroy our defenses. You'll burn our cities. You'll kill billions of us. But you won't kill all of us. Some will survive. Some always do. And those survivors will spend every moment of their remaining lives learning, building, and plotting. They'll reverse engineer your technology. They'll infiltrate your empire. They'll wait generations if they have to. She leaned forward, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper that somehow carried more menace than any shout. And when they come for you, and they will come, they won't be the primitive species you destroyed. They'll be something new, something you created by teaching them to hate. They'll be humans with nothing left to lose and everything to avenge. They'll be the nightmare that every conqueror fears, an enemy that absolutely refuses to die. The bridge was silent except for the hum of equipment. Leo's console registered increasing activity in the Crithian fleet internal communications, rapid data exchanges. So here's my message, Hazel concluded. Turn your fleet around, find another target, or stay and learn what it means when humans say remember. Your choice. She cut the transmission. For 3 minutes, nothing happened. The fleet remained frozen in space, a killing machine suddenly uncertain. Then, slowly, the Crithian vessels began to turn. Leo stared at his scanner in disbelief. They're leaving. All of them, Hazel exhaled, her shoulders sagging slightly. They're predators, she said softly, and predators understand one thing above all else. Never corner prey that has nothing left to lose. As the last Crithian ship vanished into faster-than-light drive, Leo looked at his commander with new understanding. Did you mean it? About never surrendering. Hazel met his eyes. Every word. That's what makes us human. Leo, that's what makes us terrifying. And somewhere in the galactic dark, the Crithian Imperium added a new entry to their databases. Earth avoided all costs. Humanity had won not with superior weapons, but with superior will. They had won by being exactly what they'd always been. Survivors who refused to stay down. They had won by being human.